Hey, it's John and Mike, brew-dudes.com, and we have the results of pick number 7, at least my pick, from the Jar of Destiny. If you remember, back, I don't know, around 3 months ago, we did another pick from the jar, and I got the BJCP style 4A from the category 4 of pale malty European lagers. This is a Munich Helles. And according to the style guidelines, it's a gold-colored German lager with smooth, malty flavor and a soft, dry finish. Subtle, spicy floral or herbal hops and restrained bitterness keeps the balance malty, but not sweet, which helps to make this a refreshing, everyday drinking beer. Okay, so this is the recipe. For 5 US gallons in the keg. Water, I use 9 gallons of spring water with 5 grams of gypsum just to spice it up a little bit, just because I wanted to be malty, not too sharp in the bitterness of the hops. Let's go on to the grains. 10 pounds of Dinkelmann's Pilsner malt. That's 4.5 kilograms, 91% of the bill. And then I threw in 1 pound of Wyeast's light Munich malt. That's AKA Type 1 Munich malt, according to their website, at 0.45 kilograms, 9% of the bill. Hops, 1.5 ounces, 43 kilograms of Hallertauer Milta. It's 4% alpha acids boiled for 75 minutes. My total boil was 75 minutes. The yeast, we did 2 packets of Wyeast 2308 Munich Lager yeast with a 3-liter starter. I think we talked a little bit about that when I first got my first delivery of yeast. No bueno. I had to drive and get this yeast and then lovingly bring it to life with a starter. The procedures, we mashed at 150 degrees Fahrenheit, 66 degrees Celsius for 90 minutes. We boiled, like I said, 75 minutes. We fermented for 2 weeks at 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius. Then pulled the keg out of the fridge, let it sit for a 4-day weekend, around 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 degrees Celsius, just as a diacetyl rest. And then we cold conditioned for 2 weeks in the actual, I fermented in the keg, so it went back into the chill chest, but just brought down the temperature to around 34 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 degree Celsius. Then closed, transferred to another keg, which is how it was served today. Ruined that closed transfer because I opened it up and threw in 5 grams of gelatin dissolved in 295 milliliters of water to get this nice clarity. Original gravity is above guidelines. Hit 1052 and then finished at 1012. ABV around 5.25%. So that is the beer. What are your thoughts, Mr. Mike?
Well, I think the color is gorgeous. I think it really hits the
gold standard.
It's like right there,
yeah.
Gold. I mean, it's right in the middle of gold. I mean, it's not like straw gold or gold creeping amber. It's just gold. I love it. That part's awesome. The rest of it sucks. No, the I don't get a ton of like hop character on the nose,
No.
which so a Helles. That should be the case. It's got a very light malt aroma, very light to it. And then the flavor profile I'm not fully expecting. It's I think in that, I mean, I'm very familiar with Dinkelmann's Pilsner malt, and I get a little bit get that in there. There's like a malt sweetness that's pretty pleasant, and it's that Wyeast Munich
yeah.
is like really like just sitting on top of that Pilsner malt and shining through. For only being a pound in there, I think that's what I'm tasting.
I think so too.
In the middle through, while classically traditional, I don't know. I don't get a lot of spiciness from it. Do you get much spiciness from it?
No, I think it's hidden.
Then the other aspect to it, then I was going to ask, like the Munich Lager yeast. So in your research for a yeast strain, what brought you to Munich Lager?
I think
yeast?
that was listed in Brewing Classic Styles.
Okay, yep.
And that's what it was available.
I'm not familiar with that yeast a lot. I mean, I don't even know what the flavor profile really is. It almost reminds me a little bit of, if I was to talk about dry yeast strains, the S189.
Yeah.
Right? Versus the the much like brighter, cleaner Weinstefaner 3470.
Yeah.
I don't dislike it. I just wonder what the profile would be like with a different yeast strain. If that's what I'm picking up, I think that this yeast strain is creating this interesting. It's really brought the Munich and the Mittelfrüh. It's just created a different flavor profile than I was expecting for a Helles. I don't dislike it. I think it's really good.
Yeah. It's bold.
Yeah, exactly,
It's
exactly.
bold.
It's like macro heavy lager, right?
Yeah. So this was some notes from.
What about you? What do you think?
I think you nailed it. When I tasted it, I was like, I wonder what Mike's going to think of this, because this is not what I was thinking it was going to come out to be. I was like, okay, like I've had a pretty good track record of hitting these styles with the challenges from the jar, and this one I'm like, I'm not so sure. The only I'll say is maybe with some weeks of more conditioning in the keg, maybe some things will kind of become a little more mellow. But right now, it's like, this is not like a simple everyday drinking beer. This is stronger. So here's some notes. Similar malt balance and bitterness to the Munich Dunkel, but less malty sweet in nature, which of course, and pale rather than dark and rich. More body and malt presence than the German Pils. Tasted this side by side with that.
There's definitely more body here.
Yes, this certainly more body, and then but less crisp and with less hop character throughout.
Yeah.
So that's for sure.
That roundness, just because I'm sure maybe in the comments someone might say, well, did you do a diacetyl rest? Because maybe there's some slickness.
Which I did,
but I don't. I don't think it's that. I don't taste that. There really is like.
It's a malty punch.
Yeah. There's like it's just a fullness to it that is coming through in an interesting way. So
I've always wondered, because I think I tried brewing a Bock once.
Yeah.
And using one of those traditional
Bockish
Bock strains.
Yeah, this is like Helles Bock.
Helles Bock. Hey, look at that! I just created a new style.
Needs like 10 more grams of 10 more OG points.
Yeah, I think that this is exactly what you described. I think it's a mighty punch of light Munich, which I put in there because I wanted to get the gold color.
Yeah.
And that worked out just fine. But it also, I don't know, it attenuated fine.
Yeah.
It's just
This is a light lager for colder days.
Yes.
Right?
Colder days.
This isn't the first month of summer.
Nope.
Like
porch rocking. Yeah.
This is a bright gold lager for those first few cold days.
All right. Well, it works out seasonally.
Right? Like just past fall,
Yep.
It's we'll see what it does. Condition a little bit. I think the two styles we got in this round, require a little more conditioning.
Yeah,
so
I agree. And that's why, well, we'll give it another month, and then we'll try it out. And if it is bad, I give it a B- right now. I don't think that there is any flaws outside of the elements that we use to make this are shining through, and it's just unexpected. And again, I think that if we use some of those other strains that we know finish crisper and lighter, then we'd probably say oh yes, this reminds me of the Munich Helles I had at the brewery down the street. But this is it's bringing the malt, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But all right, we'll see. Again, lagers do age better than. Well, let's put it this way: they get better with old age. That's what I'm trying to say. So we'll see how it does in a month. And if not, then we'll give it a full grade of this is a C. All right, well, that's Jar of Destiny, pick number 7 from yours truly. The jury is still out, but indications point to this might be a nice drinker when the temperatures here in the Northern Hemisphere get a little cooler. So, all right, but if you have experience with that yeast strain, the 2308 Munich Lager strain, love to hear your take on it. Just got a bunch of lager strain. You're going to do that lager strain comparison. So have all the ingredients, got to get that going. Just going to take some time. It's not like an ale comparison where I could turn around in a couple of weeks. It's going to be see what I can do. But anyway, let us know in the comments below. Give us your thoughts on just Munich Helles and yeast strains that you've used. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We do this kind of thing every single week. For John and Mike, brew-dudes.com, brew on.
Cheers.